presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, Happy New Year. What's happening, man?
Happy New Year to you, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
I am doing well, man. I'm doing well. Can I throw a quote out at you?
Sure.
In the market, somebody knows something. Someone always knows something. That statement was made by a great trader by the name of Tom O'Brien about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And it kind of hit me like a brick. You're right. Somebody always knows something.
Hey, Carlos, what's going on, brother?
I'm calling you back, Tom. This morning I had a pleasure to talk to you and your son, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you again.
Well, I think you made some money on this bond.
Oh, yes, Tom. Your newsletter helped me.
That's a beautiful thing. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Learn to ask questions. It is always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to that question, you won't have to make the assumption because you will know the truth. This guy's always a trip, man, because what if someone doesn't tell you the truth? But do some thinking about that one. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 160, NASDAQ up 40, S&P's up 19, gold contract up $2.30, trading at $1,255 an ounce. Silver up 17 cents, $16.84 an ounce. Platinum up $9, $9.42 an ounce. Copper up 4.5 pennies, $2.57 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1, $50.67 a barrel. Notes: 10-year note down 2 ticks, 126.07. 30-year bond up 2 ticks, 153.28 now. Both notes and bonds, folks, bottom line, are rejecting lower price. They went topside last Friday. They went topside yesterday. The prior day, the 10-year took a B point out of an ABC structure on the way up. They want higher price, lower yield, which still sets up on the S&P lower price. We get a heck of a bounce, but bottom line, we'll watch how this baby shakes out. King dollar. King dollar down 762 ticks, 97.010. Now, what you're going to see with King dollar hasn't been able to hold higher price, got smashed down, has wide price spread, has accelerated volume. You're coming into a Friday. Let me tell you something. Between the metals market, folks, and the dollar or any currency, coming into the 4 o'clock area, coming into the 1:30 area in gold, coming into the 4 o'clock area in the dollar, this dollar more than likely is going to end up being down about 1,000 ticks. This is trouble in paradise. The euro is trading at 112 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 111 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? What you have is this. SPY today got to a price point of 239.08. Right now, you're at 238.33. You got over the downdraft, which is 238.64. Bottom line, we're going to close underneath it. It's going to be lighter volume. You got one heck of a bounce. Bottom line, what you're going to have here on the daily and on the weekly, you're going to have a market that's come off the high with volume. That's saying that we're going to follow through, and we'll see just how we follow through just actually in the next 50 minutes. What you just did have here, just by the way, okay, if you're wondering what if you're in front of a computer, folks, and you wonder why the S&P just went from a price point of 2388 to 2381, well, it just come across the tape that, and this is confirmed by the White House, which is really a wild one, is that the day after Trump fired Comey, when he was with the Russians, he basically, here's the quote, "I just fired the head of the FBI. He was crazy, a real nut job." Bottom line, that's the first part. The second part is a little bit heavier. "I face great pressure because of Russia. That's taken off." Bottom line, market-wise, the market just took itself. We'll see what kind of resilience the market has. Thus far, the market has had resilience in a huge way. Okay, so now let's go. That's the S&P. We go into the Dow Industrials now. The Dow Industrials, folks, haven't been able to, number one, get to a high since March 1st. March 1st, the high in the Dow Industrials, 21,169. We have it 4 lower highs and 3 lower lows. What you're going to have out here today, the Dow got up to 20,857. We'll see where it ends. Anything under 20,846, though, bottom line, which we're under now, is saying it's going to go right back down the other side. And where that number's coming from is this. That number is the high of the gap lower. That's what it is. NASDAQ Composite. Now, the Composite and the NDX 100, they've still been the leaders out here. The NDX 100 today got to 6106. Right now, you're at 6088. That didn't make the high. If we take a look at the 3Qs, what you're going to see with the 3Qs out here, got to a high of 138.42. Right now, you're at 137.96. And you had come down with 55 million shares. You try to get higher. Well, yesterday you got higher with 41. Today you get 26. Bottom line is that you're down on volume. You back up with lighter volume. You're going down on volume. That's not an ABC down because of the fact that we did such a huge counter trend bounce. That acts, I'll do the small caps, but that's in the S&Ps and the NDX 100. Gold contracts has done 203,000 contracts, big volume. We're 1255. This baby wants to make its way up into this 1297 area. We go take a look at silver. What you have with silver, silver right now is trading up 16 cents. Bottom line is that, it's 73,000 contracts. Silver saved itself this past week, and we'll see what kind of juice it can get next week. Silver still not out of the woods. Silver has to get inside $17.92. The note market and the bond market just continue to say that this S&P wants lower price. If we go take a look at the note market right now, what you're going to see is this. Notes came down to a price point today of 126.01. You've done 1 million contracts. That's after taking a B point out with volume. We took the B point out with monster volume. We did 2.3 million contracts yesterday. That was taking the B point out with 1.4. You got a complex ABC structure on the way up. You're at 126.08. That complex ABC structure has a price projection of 128.23. Right now, the 10-year yield is at 2.23. That's saying that 10-year yield can get down to 2%. And good old King Dollar. King Dollar is nasty. King Dollar, bottom line, it's been a straight line move. We're down 762 ticks right now. We're at 97. I expect as we come into this close, you're going to see this baby down in a couple hundred more ticks. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials right now are up 100, up to 144. Nasdaq's up 34. S&Ps are up 17.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at the Dow Industrials first and see what we have inside the Dow, what the strength is versus the weakness. Strength out here today, folks, is Caterpillar. Caterpillar's Boeing. Boeing's number one. Boeing's putting 22 positive points into the Dow. Caterpillar's putting 16. Goldman's putting 11. United Technologies putting 11. There's only 4 Dow stocks that are negative. Johnson & Johnson is taking 2 points out. Merck 1. Travelers 1.5. Inside the NDX 100. Strength versus the weakness. Strength is Autodesk. This is a pretty intense. Autodesk, folks, is up 14%, and they lost money. But bottom line, market loves it. Baidu.com is up 3.5%. Viacom is up 3%. Discovery Communications is up 2%. You get taken away from the NDX 100. You have Symantec is down 2.4%. Alexa Pharmaceutical is off 2%. Regeneron is down 1.7%. And Broadcom is off 1.6%. If we go over to the IBB, we take a look at the IBB. IBB right now, which is the iShares Biotech Index, that is down 173. That's holding price. Bottom line is that it looks like, though, you're in a consolidation. The lower part of this consolidation is 286. I suspect it looks like it's actually going to be going for that sometime next week. We take a look at some of the higher volume stocks in this market. And today you have the low volume market. You're going up, and you're going up with volume contracting. What we have, let's see. Whoops. Okay, so Bank of America is the leader out here. That's up 30 cents. You have General Electric up 57. Dynegy is up 180. That's a big move. Some of us will find out what's going on there. Freeport McMoran is up 44 cents. That's the copper market taking that baby up. Apple's up 27. You got Microsoft up 55. Micron Tech is up 35. The Gap is down 86. And let's go over and take a look at this copper market, because what you have with copper, where is she? Copper right now is at 258. This is a nice move by copper. What you had out here yesterday is this. Copper got into the lower part of its consolidation, had lighter volume, rejected lower price, and now is basically making its way up to the top of this consolidation, which is 269. Right now, you're at 258. And those copper stocks, they're starting to pick their head up a bit. We go take a look at the oil market. This is quite a move on oil. Oil out here trading up a buck. We're at $50.73. You've done 600,000 contracts, and you're in the larger range. Man, oh man. So, bottom line, this oil market, now they had more rigs, but the bottom line is that the way this is trading right now, this little baby can get up into this $54.45. Let's go take a look at the, we're going to look at the XLE and the XLF. Now, the XLF, folks, has been an absolute mess. And today, there's no difference. This is what you have with the XLF today. So, you're up 18 cents. You're trading 23.33. What the XLF has done is that the XLF went south, monster volume on Wednesday. We did 141 million shares. You get to $22.97. Your swing low is $22.90. That was also a high volume low, 120 million shares. Wednesday was 141 million. So you can see what's happening. You get an expansion of 20 million going into a high volume low as it is. We go up today with 52 million. It failed on volume, failed on price. We almost got to the top of that downdraft, which is 23.49. You get to 23.48. And bottom line, gives it up, sells off, and I expect what you're going to see that continue as we come into the close out here. And the bond market has been projecting that for quite some time. It's the bond market that every time you look at these bonds, it's like, okay, how is this basically happening when the Fed, number one, is saying that they're going to go up on the rates in June? And if we still look at the Fed probability chart, the Fed probability chart is at 97.5%, that they're going to hike the short-term rates June 14th. The market is saying, well, you can hike the short-term rates. That is bank to bank. But the 10-year, the 2-year, the 30-year, the rates are going down, the prices are going up. The first Fed governor, and this is an ex-governor, though, came out today and thought and said specifically that he thought that the Fed was getting ahead of themselves. It's going to be interesting. But he's gone out of the Fed, so I suspect that that doesn't have as much weight as if we see in the next couple of weeks Janet Yellen send out the Fed governors saying that they start thinking about should we hike right here, right now. Energy. Let's go take a look at the energy market. We take a look at the XLE. What you have with the XLE is this. XLE, you are up 83 cents. You're at 68.08, and that's getting inside the higher range. Let me put this on a weekly. In fact, we're going to go back to the XLF, too, and put that on a weekly. Yeah, the XLE. Okay, so this XLE is saying, now this is an ETF that has come down hard. We came down from 78. It was $78 December, $65 a couple weeks ago. But this setup is saying it's going to try to, make a run here. So that in itself, let's go to ExxonMobil, because that in itself would give Exxon a little push. Exxon's at 81. That can go to 83 pretty easy. We go take a look at Chevron. Chevron doesn't look strong, and Chevron used to be the strongest of the Exxon and Mobil and Chevron and ExxonMobil. Chevron was much stronger. This particular point, it doesn't look it. Now, if we go back to the XLF, I want to put the XLF on a weekly, because what you're going to see, and all of these you want to be putting on the weekly, what you're going to see is this. The high volume swing low that we're dealing with is about 22.89, 22.90. Last time we were down there, you did 397 million shares. We've done 399. So you're pushing down into that level with volume. This XLF looks like it wants to go to 2170. And right now, you're at 2333. So you're talking big numbers, particularly in that XLF as that thing tries to get to lower price. If we go over to the gold market, we take a look at the XAU. XAU right now is at 85.12. We put this on a weekly. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so you swing high out here. Well, no, first off, we're dealing, if you happen to be in the metals market, folks, this is your benchmark. Your benchmark is the week of the 28th of April. The high is 86, the low is 80. Now, we came down with 295 million there. The market this week is still trying to make it through that level. In fact, it's not just that level. If you take basically a track and go across, what you're going to see is that is a monster supply line that it's trying to make it through. And it's going to need more volume. Right now, it was the XAU, do the HUI as soon as we come back, but it's going to need more volume. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow's up 145. Nasdaq's up 34. S&Ps are up 17.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up $1.29. You get the Nasdaq up 29. S&Ps are up 16. So let's go over to the Gold Bugs Index, because when we just did the HUI, you can see the type of flack that it's coming into. Now so we put this up on a weekly basis, and HUI right now, the Gold Bugs Index trading at $197.02. You're going to see the same type of phenomena that you're coming into 197 million shares. Price point, the high we're coming into is 203.18. We made it this week to 203.61. And that's not the only downdraft that you're coming into. When you're looking at this, what you have to look at the downdraft from November. We had 178 million there. Then that will be the week of November 11th, and then you're going to look at the week of March 3rd. That's 163 million, and then 197 million the week of the 28th. The cool thing is, it goes like this. When you have this type of selling, meaning heavy selling, after an indice, an equity, any above, has gone down quite a bit, which we had. Okay, so the HUI started in August of 2016, it was at 286. You go south big time. You have a devastating week, the week of the election. You go from 222 to 178. You do 178 million shares. You make it all the way back topside, you only did 121. You come back down again with 163. You go back topside again with 93. We come back down again with 197. Now, it's making its way in there, and we're going to end up today with about 100 and, at the end of the week, let's see, about 130 million. It's not bad. We're going to need more, though. That's how this thing shakes out. Now, that being said, if we go over and you take a look at this dollar, folks, okay, bottom line is saying that, number one, it wants lower price. Number two, this dollar keeps getting lower. This is going to be a nasty Sunday night. So the last 7 trading days, we just went from 99.765 to 97. You put this on a continuous contract. Well, first off, it's a confirmed ABC structure on the way down. You put this on a continuous contract, and the bottom of the bar that we're going into is November 11th. That's where we are right now. We're right where, bottom line, the election took place. That's where the dollar that night got to 95. By that morning, it was at 99, and within 5 weeks, it got to 103. It was strong like bull. And guess what? And I gave it up in spades, came back inside the huge consolidation it's been in. Now it's going to go to the bottom of that range, which is 95.90. That's the first part. Second part gets a little bit more intense. And what that is that when you bust topside or you bust downtown, what ends up happening is that you're going to go to the lower part of that consolidation. And the lower part of that consolidation is laying out at 91 and 92. And what you do have this week, which is pretty intense, is that you have the aspect that I can bring this up, and we just broke the whole trend line that actually goes all the way back to 79 from June of 2014. And we broke it with conviction. And conviction specifically means, folks, wide price spread, accelerated volume. So it'll take a while. I mean, bottom line, what I'm looking at first is that I am looking at a 91, 92, but I suspect that you're still going to take 2, 3, 4 months to get there. If you got there earlier than that, it would be really big trouble. You know, because currencies, folks, throw markets into conniptions very quickly because of the fact that depending what market you're in, you're buying stocks in that currency. And bottom line, you can think that stock is going up, and if your currency is going down, you're poorer. The euro is trading at 112. This euro is making its way up to 116. It's a big number. The top of the consolidation that's in is 116. Now, the way this is moving is that you have the wide price spread. You have well, I don't know how the volume is, okay? Because in currencies, you don't get volume. I get volume in the futures market. But bottom line is that the euro right now looks like it wants to go to 117 to approximately 121. You know, you get that type of move, it's pretty intense. Now, let's go to the yen, because the yen dictates where gold is going. The yen right now is down 31 ticks. This baby here, I suspect, even as we, and this is really unusual, well, it's not unusual. The yen has been moving with our markets, which, you know, the yen normally used to just move when, you know, Japan was open. Bottom line, it's been moving with our markets. The yen just hit a low of 111.05. The swing point it's going into is exactly 111.05, which is a mind blower. You know, you break that 111.05, we're going to be down to 111. actually, you get down 1, 2. Yeah, bottom line is that it can be down to 110.24, and we could see that move by Sunday night, folks. That's how these babies shake out. That's this is a counter trend bounce in a market that wants lower price, and it's going to be all about the good old King Dollar, the currencies that are basically throwing a loop in these markets, and it's throwing a loop in these markets pretty quick. 877-927-6648. If you would like to test drive the gold report, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You'll go into newsletters. You see the gold report right there. You can test drive that. 30 days, absolutely free. If you'd like to test drive Market Insights, that's my daily newsletter. You can do that 2 weeks, absolutely free. Just go to TFNN.com, hit Market Insights. We take a look at the S&Ps here. What you're going to see inside the S&Ps. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so we just went from 23.88, well, to 23.78. 10 bucks. Nothing heavy because we were up huge. We were up 25 points. Now you're up 15. This will be huge, folks. If this thing closes out at like 23.69. I don't see that. I can see 23.73 coming into the close. And where I'm going with that is that was the opening bell. The opening bell, that number, the top, the 23.73.75 does have some volume. The tops up here have no volume whatsoever. The top has 30,000 contracts versus the 90,000 contracts when we took off out of the open today. What you do have is that on the way down, you get the volume on the way down. You get 62,000 on the way down. We go over and we take a look at the NQs. What you're going to see with the NQs is the same type of setup. Right now, you're at 56.52. The high is 56.76. So they just gave up, 24 points. And the difference in the NQs is this. They want to go to 56.46, and they very well could really give it up. And the reason I'm saying that is this. They already gave it up at the 56.63. Anything under 56.63, bottom line, that thing can roll down. It can roll down very quickly into the 56.26, which is pretty intense. You get that coming into the close, and you've set up a pretty heavy Sunday night, Monday morning. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now up 127. Nasdaq's up 26. S&Ps are up 15.5. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2020, 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at the indice volume out here. So inside the NYSE, okay, so this is going to be wild watching this thing shake out, folks. So this is what you have. Thus far, we've done 664 million. And this is a market that has come down on 990 million and 1 billion. So NYSE, I suspect they can get that up to about maybe 758. But that is a classic, meaning that you're down on volume. You came into a lower swing point with volume. You try to bounce on lighter volume, gave it up. That's on the NYSE. We go take a look at the NASDAQ composite. And the composite, we're at 1.5 billion. We came down on 2.3 billion, and we came down on 2.1 billion. This is also, bottom line, a market that is saying that you got a counter trend bounce happening. It's giving it up on price, and it doesn't have the juice, the volume. What's going to get intriguing about the NASDAQ composite is this, is that that's been the strongest indice, and the composite has quite a way to go just to get inside this lower range, folks. The composite is at 6,084. That has to come down to 5,911. Okay, so just to get inside its lower range, because the composite broke topside in a huge way on the 24th of April. We take a look at the NDX 100, and that's the setup the same way. My take is that it does want to go lower, but it has a long way to go down in order to get into that lower range. The lower range being, we're at 5650, 5439 is the lower range. Now, that if you're using trend lines and all of this, I'm just talking about ranges. You only have to get a little bit lower that you're breaking every trend line on the way up. In fact, you already broke the trend lines on the way up. If we go back to the S&P for a second, what you're going to see is that you can bring this back 6 months, which is pretty intense, and you can set this up. And we broke this whole thing, and we broke it with conviction. So, not this one. Okay, I get this trend line. You'll see, okay, so we broke the trend, but guess what? You got back inside the trend also. So you broke the trend. Now, the trend that you broke is bringing you all the way back to December 2nd. If we take this, let me put this on a weekly for a second, because when you do put it on a weekly, let's see how this shakes out. So on a weekly, not that one. Right there. On a weekly, Now, on a weekly, you haven't broken it yet. In fact, the weekly has quite a way to go before it's broken. Well, let's go over to the small caps. We go over to the small caps. Now, the small caps, folks, haven't been able to get any traction whatsoever. The small caps, since December 9th, this consolidation has been on in the small caps. You know, the high of December 9th is 138.82. We are at 136.01. What you've done this week is that you've got to lower price and you have volume behind the move. The last swing low out here, we had 139 million shares traded. We've done 177 already. And we'll probably end up doing, we only get, you get 20 minutes. Well, you actually don't, yeah, you have 20 minutes coming into the close. This is a push down, and it's a push down with big volume. So I suspect that wants to get broken. You want to go into 127. You know, 136 right now. Going into 127, that's going to be pretty intense. As you're benchmarking these over the weekend, what you want to be looking for is this. You want to be looking for the aspect of where November 8th is, because November 8th, folks, is where this market wants to go. What we've already had is that the dollar is there now. The euro, let's see if it made it yet. Yeah, the euro is there. The euro is there. The euro this year. So the high of November 8th was 113. The low was 109. It's back to 112. The ironic part about this is that it was the peso that first gave us the heads up that all these markets are going to revert back to where we were on November 8th. This peso, that got hammered, lost huge amount of value. That went from $18.55 to the dollar up to 22 January 18th, and guess what? You're right back to 1870. That was saying that, bottom line, many of the things that are supposed to happen are not going to happen, and I suspect the market is waking up saying whether it's tax, whether it's I'd say the tax is the big deal, and guess what, folks? There's nothing that's going to get done. That's how this is shaken out right now. The bond market has been saying that for quite a while. The bond market is actually saying that rates are going to go down, which is absolutely amazing. You know, but bottom line is that I can fundamentally understand it a little bit more now. It was really, it's been hard to kind of wrap your head around that rates are low, they're going to stay low, you know. But when we look at rates where we are versus across the world, totally makes sense. We're at 2.2. And every time I look at this, it's like France is at 0.8%. This is on the 10-year. So we're 2.2 as a yield. France is at 0.8%. Germany is at 0.3. Italy is at 2.1. You know, how can Italy be less than us, or how can Spain be less than us? You know, their economies are much smaller. They're in debt up to the eyeballs. Bottom line, now you get a correction if that's what we have happening. Bank to bank, maybe they'll go up on June 14th. But in a market like we have today, June 14th is a long way off. We go back over to the dollar and take a look at this dollar as we come into the close out here. Dollar right now, it's just hanging there. It's not at its lows. You know, the low of the dollar today was 96.965. Right now we're still down 727 ticks, and not that that's great, but bottom line is that it could get a lot worse. What I do expect you are going to see out here, though, on Sunday night when the markets open back up at 6 o'clock, this volatility is going to continue, and it's going to be the currency volatility that really takes these markets and shakes, rattles, and rolls them. We get over and we take a look at Walmart. Now, Walmart, you know, bottom line, went topside yesterday. ABC structure on the way up, and this is where it's going to get really intriguing as to, okay, you know, Walmart puts a lot of juice inside the Dow Industrials. The A point on Walmart is 69. Your B point is 77, so as you get $8. Your C's 74, so you get an 82. And right now we're at 78.90. Put this on a weekly, and yeah, you know, Walmart's got some juice, man. You know, even on a weekly, you got an ABC structure up. So it looks like Walmart's going to give Amazon a run for its money, which is, I'm sure Amazon's elated because the bottom line is that each and every time that Amazon starts annihilating people, I'm sure Bezos is sitting there saying, when are they going to come after me? Meaning the regulators. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow is up 136, Nasdaq's up 30, S&Ps are up 16. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 133, Nasdaq's up 29, S&Ps are up 16. And, you know, we're talking notes, we're talking bonds. You got to love this, folks. So this just happened. Goldman Sachs just turned around. This came out at 345. They just scaled back their call for a 3% 10-year U.S. yield at year end. They just went from 3% to 2.7%. Goldman Sachs lowered its year-end forecast on its benchmarks 10-year Treasury to 2.75% from 3%, showing how strategies are questioning the extent to which interest rates can climb in the world's biggest bond market. The 3% mark for 10-year yields is significant because it would have represented the highest level in the past 5 years, reached at the start of 2014. Goldman Sachs, which also dialed back its view on the dollar, this month is making tweaks to the other major current markets in the same direction as treasuries. Bottom line is that there you go. You know, so that is going to get now. Of course, you know, summer trading starts next weekend, folks. Bottom line, next weekend you got Memorial Day. This comes out at 15 minutes before the close of the market. People will pay attention to this next week. The bond market in general. Well, actually, since I just wanted at 3 o'clock. the 30-year just went up 9 ticks. You know, not that that's a lot, but it actually is a lot for the size of that market. What I expect you're going to see out here, that'll get another push up next week. And what you have here, you know, we're at 2.23. And 2.23 in the 10-year is at the low end of the last 6 months, I believe. Yeah, this is the low end of the last 6 months. The low for the last 6 months is 2.168. The high is 2.624. Now, for the year, it's a different ball game. The year was still at the high end. The low for this year has been 1.358. The high is 2.6. Bottom line is that the way that the 10-year is trading right now, the 10-year is saying that it wants to get it's an ABC structure up. Price projection is 128.23. You make it to that level, the 10-year is going to be at about 2% once again. So bottom line, rates are staying low. If you'd like to test drive either the gold report or my daily newsletter, Market Insights, folks, you can do that by coming over to our website at TFNN. Go to newsletters. If you'd like to test drive the gold report, just hit the gold report. You can do that 30 days absolutely free. If you'd like to test drive Market Insights, you can do that 2 weeks absolutely free. And bottom line is you can do both of them. As we come into the close out here, we take a look at the volume inside the SPY. What we have with the SPY. SPY's at 93 million. That's going to be a failure. We came down at $172, 172 million. It's not going to close over 238.64, which was the beginning of the downdraft. We look at the NDX 100, the 3Qs. 3Qs, this is a big failure on the 3Qs. This is a beauty, actually. 3Qs come down to 55 million. It would have to make it up to 138.77. It only made it to 138.42, and right now you're at 137.84. So they've been selling that baby off. The IWM also got a nice failure underneath it. IWM, that came down on 50 million shares. The price that it had to get into is the 137.04. Never made it. Made it 136.76 and did 35 million. So this baby, all three of them. Well, the IWM, what you have is that you have an ABC structure on the way down. The NDX 100 you don't, and the SPYs you don't. The reason being, folks, is that the retracement was a huge retracement. That's how this thing shook out. High volatility, though, you have it all. Sunday night, you can expect big action. Sunday night, and real question's going to be where does this dollar wants to go? How fast does the dollar want to go there? And where's this market going in general? Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Everything you need is right inside you, folks. Go have a blast with it. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? This is it, baby. Have a great time with it. Talk to you Monday. Look at them, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.